Today the subject is, what is the root cause of diabetes? I got the statistics for 2018 from the National Diabetes Association. 34.2 million of all ages, so 10.5% of the population in the United States has diabetes. Also, 7.3 million people over 18 who met the lab criteria for diabetics, but they weren't even aware of it. And these percentages go up as you age. For people over 65, the percentages jump up to 26.8%. Now, I've been studying nutrition for over 40 years, and I didn't learn the truth about the root cause of diabetes. I learned that 14 years ago when I read Dr. Doug Graham's book. And if you don't have a copy, you need to get it. It's an excellent, excellent book. And I appreciate so much Dr. Graham's work because it's helped me so much. In that book, he mentioned that this goes back to like 1927, where Dr. E.P. Joslin suspected that a high-fat diet contributed to the development of diabetes. And then in 1936, Dr. Rabinowitz of Canada presented a case study of 1,000 patients to the Diabetic Association of Boston and stated that the main factor that inhibits the metabolism of blood sugar is a high-fat diet. In 1959, the Journal of the American Medical Association documented this causal relationship with fat consumption and diabetes. In the 1960s, diet guru Nathan Pritikin demonstrated that 80% of diabetics put on a low-fat diet could be taken off their meds entirely in less than 4 weeks. And then an article in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition stated that the medical research confirms that up to 50% of type 2 diabetics can eliminate diabetic risks and discontinue medication within 3 weeks by adopting a low-fat plant food diet and regular exercise. So the information has been out there, but here we are in 2022, and people are still confused. On this channel, I get comments all the time. Aren't you worried about spiking your blood sugar levels? Man, you're going to get diabetes eating all that fruit. Because people still think that sugar is the cause of diabetes. It's not. Even white processed sugar, it's junk. Yeah, it's junk in cookies and cakes, but it's not the cause of diabetes. Yes, when you eat fruit or cookies or cakes, your blood sugar levels rise because you're on a high-fat diet and there's too much fat in the blood. Remember that eating fruit only results in sustained high levels of sugar or spikes your blood if you're on a high-fat diet. So why does a high-fat diet cause diabetes? Okay, here, I've got a little bit of oil in here. This is avocado oil. Now, if I pour some of that avocado oil on my arm, okay, I got some on there. This stuff is gooey. It's gooey and it's sticky. And the problem when you're on, this is and unsaturated fat, liquid form, yeah. But meats, chicken, fish, dairy, all dairy products, milk, eggs, are saturated fats, which are even worse. What happens when you get too much fat into the blood? When the insulin receptors try to pick up the sugar from the bloodstream and bring it to the cells, it can't do it because it's coated with this gooey, sticky fat. And it can't pick up the sugar. Even the sugar molecules themselves get coated with this fat. And this normal process is no longer functioning. That's because people are on a high fat diet. They're getting, more than 50, sometimes up to 75% of their calories from fat. It's way too much fat. So that's the real cause. It's not sugar. Sugar fuels every cell in our bodies. We need sugar. Now, of course, we want the good sugar. We want the sugar in whole, ripe, fresh, organic, if we can get it, fruit. That's why this channel is called Fruit and Sport. Because fruit is the #1 food on the planet. And it's the highest source of vitamins on the planet, fruit. And vegetables come in second. They're the second highest source of vitamins, but fruit is #1. Now, vegetables are the highest in minerals, and fruit is #2 in minerals. So doesn't that tell you something about fruits and vegetables? And this baloney about not being able to build muscle and all that, don't buy into that. I just happen to be a thin person. Okay, I'm 72 years old, but I'm still strong. And don't buy into that. You don't need it. I was just born thin, okay? If you were born bigger than, let's say, me, all right, and you work out and do some exercise, you're going to be ripped, okay, on fruit and vegetables alone. You don't need all that junk, those animal products. Now, I'm not saying, friends of mine eat animal products, and, if you kept it at a moderation, had it once every 2 or 3 days or whatever, you could live a long, healthy life. But for me, I grew up on high doses of high fat. And when I learned about this, it really helped me. It loosened up my body, gave me more energy. So I'm rambling again, but I'm straying from the subject. The root cause of diabetes, too much fat in the diet. Please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and remember, fruit up, baby.